Today on the show Radical Ones, we conclude our Star Wars summer with our friend Rob and 2009's Fanboys.
Come on, bro. It's the wars.
It's time to get radical. Hello there.
We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life.
Queen Amidala herself.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Obi-Wan has taught you well.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
More did you say?
Here is the path to the dark side.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating. And it gets everywhere.
They fly now! They fly now!
You will be a Jedi. I promise.
Hey, Jabba, no bother.
I am a Jedi. Like my father before me.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Welcome back, Radical Ones, to another episode of the Radical Retro Rewind podcast. As always, I am your host, Radical Ryan Hunter, here with everyone's favorite brother, David, and the return of our Movie Geek. It is Rob, the Movie Geek, back from Christmas when we had a Rob for Christmas. So we had a visitation in December, and we are ending the season with our Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for having me back. Hello, Radical Ones. I'm sure this show has been thriving since I've been gone. So I knew this was left in very capable hands. You guys are doing great. How was
thriving?
The Star Wars summer?
You hear that thriving, Radical Ones.
It was I laughed, I cried. It was a lot.
You know what's funny, Rob? So we had a little bit of the newbie kind of thing because David had never seen the sequel trilogy. Just experiencing that with him and seeing the things that he learned and saw what happened to Luke and Leia and this one and that one was fun to do. I know for me.
Has any Star Wars fans come out to get you in the comments yet? Have they been good to you?
You know, Rob, that's a great question. So I noticed that the numbers on the Star Wars episodes are doing good, but nobody, just our regulars, the same, our Leah, Matej. Oh,
okay.
No one knew. So are you there? Are you there? Are you listening? Please comment, please.
That's good they haven't come for you.
Well, I mean, honestly, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. People will have their opinions, and that's okay. I just think some people are hypercritical regardless of how reverent you are for some things. But I honestly, knock on wood, or whatever you want to say, thank the universe, I probably have to say probably 98% of all their interactions with, or has been positive with the public's opinion of the podcast, and honestly, so in general, like the last 6 seasons. So
God,
we try not to offend anybody, I guess, too much.
And David, so you watched the last trilogy, you've seen them all. Do you want more Star Wars?
That is the question. Do you want more Star Wars?
I don't know how to answer that. I guess in some form I would be okay with it, but I don't know how they would actually do that.
Oh,
it would have to be either like a complete reboot or it would have to be some sort of like little piece of it. Like, I don't know what the word I'm talking about. Like a little, like, I'm not saying the Ewok adventure, but like a small part of it, because a lot of the actors would not come back. Obviously, the ones from the last movies. And on top of that, they have literally killed everybody that I cared about.
Well, I mean, the shows are still coming out, right? So there's a new one already coming out. I think Ashoka's getting a season 2.
Yes.
I'm sure they'll think of more reasons to expand The Mandalorian. But as far as movies, like, are you done? Did they wrap it up good enough for you? Do you really yearn for more storytelling in this world?
I kind of think they beat the dead horse, but
thank you. That's all I want. Next question.
He's like, move on. Okay, move on.
I'm like, let's just.
But Disney wants that Star Wars money. I'm just waiting for Spaceballs.
Yes.
So.
Oh, that is something, right? Since we did Spaceballs, Rob, David, and I last year, since then, the sequel was announced. So that's amazing as well.
Look at that. We're still alive and we're still kicking. Hopefully we'll make it until the release and we get to actually watch.
And maybe they'll give us merchandise. Maybe we'll get merchandise for this one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's Spaceballs, the lunchbox.
These are the most secure buildings on Earth. The White House, the Pentagon, the Kremlin, and George Lucas's Skywalker Ranch.
It started as the ultimate heist.
Linus laid the whole thing out in 5th grade. What's your game plan? We storm the ranch or we die trying. This is a suicide mission.
It will become the ultimate road trip.
Strap in, fellas. Sidewalk!
It may be dangerous.
Bam, bam, bam! Ah! Harry Knowles. Which one of you's Windows? I'm Windows. Nice to meet you. Oh!
Harry Knowles is kicking windows in.
But if you make the right connections...
It's all there. Maps, passcodes.
How did you score all this stuff?
Are you kidding? I'm William Shatner. I can score anything.
Somebody tell me what the damn red button's for.
It's light speed, kid.
Light speed.
Yeah.
Punching!
For radical ones that have been with us from the beginning, Rob has been mentioning this movie, I want to say, for 6 years. The fact that me being the Star Wars fan, you know, like that has continued and never broke off or whatever, the fact that I haven't seen this, and even when Rob was recommending it and saying it, and he was like, this is my Star Wars film. For some reason, I had this complete different take of what this movie was. For some reason, I thought it was going to be really making fun of maybe like Star Wars fans. And you kind of get that because there is ridiculous things, you know, and people do take things very serious. But I had a completely different take of this movie, and my goodness, I was surprised, delighted, and sad.
Oh my god, you guys have both got to stop perpetuating this myth that Boba Fett is some kind of badass, alright? Wait, he has a jetpack. So did the Rocketeer. Really cool. I mean, when it comes time for battle, the man's Michael Bay, all style, no substance.
If you diss the Fett again, I will cornhole you with a lightsaber.
When I thought about it, I was thinking that it was going to be almost like a documentary.
Oh, you mean about Fett?
Fanboys. Like I literally thought it was going to be a movie based on people's addiction to Star Wars.
That totally makes sense because Trekkies is a documentary. So like you would think with a movie with the title of their nickname, it would be a documentary. I totally get it. But you know, the cover already mocking 40-year-old virgin, which again is meaningful in many different ways. Like that, yeah. I wouldn't even call it a parody or a spoof. I mean, this is technically based on a true story.
Yes.
So yeah, and me not being the biggest Star Wars fan, at least to that level, there's something about this movie that I love just watching people just fanboy over the stuff that they love so much. And not to get too sentimental, because this movie is like very raunchy. This is very old school comedy.
Yes.
You know, I mean, yes, it took place in that era, but like when you watch it now, there are definitely some stuff that did not age well, but this is how comedy used to be. Like, yeah, just the typical friend road trip stuff, but everything you can think of as far as what teenage boys would think about on a road trip happened on this road trip. But it happened to geeks and it happened to the underdog and all of that stuff. So I always connect with this movie based on the fandom, not necessarily the subject matter. The war between Star Wars and Star Trek will always blow my mind because they're from the same genre. I thought that there was always going to be those two pairing up to be against fantasy, to be against the Willows and you know, like the Dark Crystals and all of that, like sci-fi versus fantasy. But unfortunately, there's a war within that it's always, you know, crime on crime. Can't. It's always internal.
The call is coming.
It's always
from
internal.
The house.
It's always coming from inside. But yeah, I do like this type of humor, and it just makes me. This is a comfort movie for me. It really is. See that. And I'm gonna engage in anything Star Wars. This is what I do on May 4th. I watch this and I watch Spaceballs. Like that's the only way I'm gonna be able to inject Star Wars into my body because I can't with the series. It's too much.
So just a little side ride thing for the radical ones. Now, Rob has seen, I want to say, you've seen like a majority.
All of them.
So, I mean,
I've seen all of them.
It's not like, right.
That's the thing. It's like, I'll watch them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a movie geek. Like, I'm going to watch them all. Anytime they come up, well, I don't watch The Mandalorian. I am at my wit's end right now because the fandom just continues to get worse. And that's why I push back. This is why I don't get into it as much, because there's nothing about me in those films. There's nothing that I can pull from. I can't relate to anything. The meaning of the movie has been lost on fans. And, you know, I don't want to get this show or anybody in trouble, but that's my thing. I can't get into the fandom. And, you know, Marvel and the MCU are starting to kind of get into this.
Yes.
We've got a lot of a toxic thing coming in right now where they're losing the plot. And this is clockwork. You know, we've done this for how many years now? It's about that time that everybody is going to lose the plot. And this is the wrong time for the MCU to lose it, because we're bringing in X-Men. X-Men is the epitome of equality and injustice, and like, we can't have these people getting so up in arms about color. It's like, we have to stop. But Star Wars has gone way beyond, and it's just unfortunate that it's gotten to that. So I'm good. I don't need it, but I watch them. I want to see if they can get better. And each time I'm reminded, like, this is not for me.
Speaking of The Mandalorian, did you go see the movie?
No. It looks so adorable. I'm not going, but it does look super adorable. It's not that I don't have an interest. I just did make a point to see it right away. If I had more Star Wars people in my life, I'm sure I would have gone. But I don't, so I'm okay. Andor is the last piece of Star Wars new stuff that I've seen.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I've seen. And anything in regards to Rogue One, if you want to build another movie in that realm,
Rogue One, yep,
with that type of storytelling, that is where I'll come back. But other than that, I don't really have a care. I'm good.
It's so funny how they even push that Mandalorian like it's a standalone thing, and you don't have to have known the TV series. Let me tell you, having watched the TV series, to me, you need to know the TV series to see that movie. I don't know why they're saying you don't. I mean, I guess you can get the basic plot that this is a character in charge of this baby Yoda Grogu, but you need to see the TV series, I think.
I don't need to see anything.
No, David's like, no.
I don't need to see anything.
So let's get into Fanboys then. So the year it came out was 2009. It's set in 1998, a year that we all, I'm sure, adore. I mean, it's a highlight. WB Alone, Buffy, Charmed. 1998 is, what a year. So this is amazing because Rob knows I love the Goldbergs. How did I not know that Adam F. Goldberg was a co-writer on this movie? It makes sense. It makes 100% sense knowing Adam in the show, you know, watching the Goldbergs and, you know, hearing the stories of his life. The movie is described as a group of lifelong Star Wars fans reunite when they learn their friend Linus has terminal cancer and may not live long enough to see the Phantom Menace. They road trip across the country with one goal: break into Skywalker Ranch and see episode 1 early. And my God, we talked a little bit about it when we covered episode 1, but I really do love that this is a time capsule of that time when the movie was coming out, and the people that were into it were, we were excited. The time capsule, the fact that this was 2009 and they were doing a movie that was set, 10 years earlier and trying to capture that moment is genius, I think, especially for fans.
Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
I just watched this whole thing that Harvey Weinstein had a whole campaign against this movie.
Interesting. It's made by the company, so I did not know that.
So really short summary of what I just learned. Basically, this movie was actually originally like an indie thing that was, some scenes were shot in 1998 before the movie even came out. There was like a rough cut, not the whole entire movie. It was bought, then they, redid it. Weinstein wanted to cut out the cancer plot completely paid money to reshoot multiple scenes without the director knowing. So there's a hodgepodge of like all different versions of this movie. Like, a matter of fact, Star Wars fans were calling him Darth Weinstein. Boy, they got that right. And there was this huge campaign, and then at the last minute he just said fine, he released it, but he cut all the screens down so it was buried. And so this has become a cult classic in DVDs and when it gets second life. So damn.
I can only imagine, you know, what any cancer patient is going through, anyone who had the illness. I don't know how often they would want to talk about their illness. So I can't really say, you know, the amount that they had in this movie. I actually would have preferred more of that, you know, just like how everybody felt. It seemed that there was, you know, a repair between Linus and our other lead guy, our Sam Huntington. I forget his character name at the moment.
Eric.
Yeah, Eric. So their relationship needed the repair, but it seemed that the other friends either had this agreement, like we're not going to talk about it, or they made peace with it. There just didn't seem to be a lot of examples of those two missing Linus, you know, even when they had the last talk at the campfire, it's like, these guys are just have moved on. It's just, they are just like, it's okay. Linus is still Linus. We're not. So I don't know, but I would have appreciated more. Actually, I think that those were most of the, you know, the best parts of the movie, was having to really like deal with the fact that your friend is not going to be with us anymore. And I love that they all did this for him too. Yeah. To imagine this movie without it is, I can't even think about. Yeah. That'd be odd to take it out.
Right, because what's propelling these people is the fact that their friend is not going to make it and not see this movie that they've, you know, anticipated for all these years. So, I mean, I get it. It's a downer.
For me, I just feel like it was one less big friend adventure. And I think they didn't want to treat him any differently because they didn't want to sour what they were doing. This is like your final road trip.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why are we going to, like, we're going to treat him like he's not sick and we're just going to do this thing. I think for me, there was enough. We knew he was sick, and then you had the moment where he had to be hospitalized, and then
did he just fall out of the van?
So we know like, for me, because I've known quite a few people that have had cancer, and there is, you're right, Rob, because there's kind of like almost like this two sides of the coin. There's people that do not want to be treated any differently because they get angry or indignant or feel like they don't want to be pitied, and there's other people that really want to talk about it because they need that. They want that support, and they want to be recognized. And they want to know that they want people to know that they are struggling and they need that help. So I feel like the friend, because he was a young guy, almost didn't want to be pitied. And actually, for me, I think he didn't want to reconcile with Eric because of his cancer. He was pissed at his friend because the friend became an adult and he left them behind, not even because of the cancer. It was almost like, screw you. I don't care if I have cancer. I'm not going to, you abandoned the unit, the group, and became Mr. Adult and left us behind. So I don't even think cancer had a play in that. I just think, but obviously for Eric and the group, cancer was a big thing and why they did this road trip and everything else. So that's how I reconciled it.
We drive across the country in one night. We break in to the Skywalker Ranch and steal ourselves a prince.
As sad as it was, that campfire scene that Rob was talking about, how it ends and the transition, I thought was beautifully done. I mean, that was a beautiful transition, and it was sad, but at the same time, there was that celebration. This is new and all that. So, by the way, George Lucas did approve this movie to be made and for them to film in Skywalker Ranch, which, by the way,
amazing.
I thought Skywalker Ranch was going to look more futuristic. I didn't expect it to look like that.
You thought it was Skinwalker Ranch?
I mean, yes. I was like, okay, George Lucas, okay.
Well, those are the parts that he allowed you to see. We don't know what he's got going on in there.
I really do hope he has that room, though, with the Darth Vader and the R2 and the stuff from Willow and the Indiana Jones thing, but...
I know, did you hear Home Dude was like, who cares about Willow? I'm like, what? You didn't have to put that line in there?
We love Willow on this show.
We love
Willow. The other thing that is amazing is that this movie starts on a Halloween. I just love that fact. You know, give me a Halloween party. Especially in the 90s, I'm ready for it.
I was like, yeah, first thing that I wrote down was I really enjoyed that these guys are so confident when it counts. Like, they don't care what people think. They dress like Star Wars every year, and they come in, knocking stuff over, making a scene, being like, the party's arrived, the party has now started, and they just embrace all of that stuff. So they own their geekiness, and that's another reason why I like this movie, is because the four of them, like, I'm so glad they found each other, because I love their confidence with that. That was funny.
So right off the bat, Nintendo 64, we get references to that.
Grab a controller. We're ganging up on Windows and Mario Kart.
I came to talk to Linus, actually.
We get this whole thing where Window, the character Window, I want to say his name is, which is...
Yeah, Windows, yeah.
He is online chatting with somebody who described herself as Sarah Michelle Gellar mixed with Janine Garofalo, yeah. I was like, oh my, okay, Sarah Michelle Gellar reference, okay, check.
You guys are all just jealous because she describes herself as a cross between Sarah Michelle Gellar and Janine Garofalo.
Also, I did not realize this was the kid from Jungle to Jungle.
Yes.
I was like, what?
That is him.
Wait, Jungle to Jungle.
Yeah, that whole group is very recognizable. Linus is he's in a lot, but like Just Friends, he will always be Ryan Reynolds' brother. And if you notice, I don't know, there's something about the acting in this particular movie. It reminds me so much of Just Friends. I feel like he was channeling Ryan Reynolds when he was doing some of his mannerisms and stuff. So I'm not gonna say that's what happened. You know, he's a good actor in itself, but a little bit of it felt like he was channeling Ryan at that moment. But like, I love the four of them, and you know, Fogelman is hilarious. Again, another F. Goldberg alum to come in with Mr. Dan. Yeah, so I like the four of them. They're great.
By the way, speaking of this lead Linus who's dying of cancer, the whole entire time I just pictured, Kia, he has asthma from Freddy versus Jason.
Oh yeah,
And I kept saying, okay, I gotta say to Rob tomorrow, Kia, he has asthma.
Okay, look, I would do it myself, but I've had asthma since I was 6, okay? I don't have the lung power.
Kia, he has asthma! Oh!
I see you.
I love him in that movie so much. He's so good.
I have to say, you Kirk-loving Spock sucker.
That was so funny. And they used the Spock suckers a few times, I noticed, as the diss, which is so crazy. So, you know, Rob brought this up earlier. I have to say, we have been lucky because, honestly, the people that are commenting are our Thundercats bunglers, really, who are commenting on the Star Wars summer. And guess what? They both love Star Wars and Star Trek. Have we found, like, a weird...
So do I.
Like, niche, though?
So do I. Like, I don't, and that's another thing. I don't differentiate between Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. There's room at the table for everybody. Those are completely different universes.
There is room at the table.
There's a totally different vibe for them. They have totally different, like if you're into the magic thing, there are totally different types of magic. There's totally different types of universe. I don't understand why you have to be indignant about someone liking one thing. You might gravitate more towards one thing.
Right.
But they're both beautifully done. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand it. You can't compare. It's like the thing, apples to oranges. They're completely different. Other than they take in space. They take place in space.
I can't really speak for them, but I mean, it comes down to a possible religion. I mean, this world has been built so big that you have to pick one. Like, do we live in this universe or this one? And I think there must be some kind of contradiction to, you know, eliminate the other. You know, like, how can we live in a world of magic where wizards go to school if, you know, there's a ring and a Sauron and stuff going on? We don't have time for this high school bull crap. Yeah. We got bigger fish to fry. You know, like, right. It's a religion in a way. Right. And like, if you're not, you know, under the right religion, you know, like, you're going to get hated on. So that's what it feels like. That's what I visually see.
I mean, I will watch Star Trek things. I have enjoyed Star Trek things. Like, our father loves Star Trek. But I will say I am more of a Star Wars fan. I could say, because I know more about Star Wars.
That's your reference. But I, being a little bit older than you, grew up with both because I just did.
He was existing. He was there.
See, now next year you need to do Star Trek Summer and see how it compares once you get sort of, exposed to a lot of that world. Because, I haven't started my Star Trek journey. The only thing that I know, I've only seen the movies, the latest movies, not the earlier ones, but the latest ones. And I hear the shows are great. And, I did watch The Orville, which is more Star Trek than Star Wars. So if it's anything like The Orville, I think that I would find something great about Star Trek. I hope to kind of get under that sort of umbrella one day.
I think it's the mass of both of them, right?
I can tell you that because Star Trek has different reinventions and reincarnations and different crews and different time frames, it is much fresher and much less ridiculous than all these Star Wars movies that beat the dead horse. So I will say in that case, Star Trek rules in that instance because...
But you could also say that it's basically the same thing. A team on a ship and they go here, they go there.
I know, but you have Captain Kirk, Captain Janeway, you have all these different, but again, it's because, again, this is spread out over how many years? We're talking Captain Kirk was in the 1950s, 60s? 60s.
Yeah. It's approaching, it's matter of fact, the original series.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Years. Like, there is a difference, obviously, because you're cramming so much Star Wars into a shorter period, and you're actually the continuity of just one group of people per se, as opposed to different crews and stuff like that. But there's something to be said about that formula of having Captain Picard and having a whole new thing. But even though they've crossed generations in different movies in different ways, it does work. It does keep it fresher because it is fresh with this new things, new movies.
How dare you? We are doing Star Wars Summer.
Anyway.
How dare you?
But that doesn't mean it is what it is. It's just, I'm just saying to you, that's why some people would probably also say it is a legacy.
Of course, both series, believe me, are cemented in Hollywood forever. So I mean, there's no denying.
And your Kim Cattrall was there. She was a Vulcan with that horrible page boy haircut. Oh, you have to look that up.
Man, you drove all night for this?
Dude, I drive all year for the chance to pimp slap some Trekkies.
You know what? Leave me out of it.
Right. Do you feel that this movie represented the Star Wars fan? Or do you think that they were mocking a little bit or sort of showing a little bit of ridiculousness to how heavy they are in the fandom? Where do you fall on that line? Do you think that they were represented correctly?
I actually think both, Rob, because I do think there was enough of saying, like, how ridiculous that everything was Star Wars, and almost like you're saying, every year it's Star Wars. The Halloween costume Star Wars, like, they're just, and their room, by the way, Hutch's room.
Well, there's also hypocrisy there because they were making fun of like all these Trekkie people going to this thing in Vegas.
Oh my God, with the gigantic
yet you are obsessed with Star Wars. How hypocritical of you. You're going to break into Lucas's ranch. I know it's for a good cause, quote unquote, your friend, but you are so obsessed with Star Wars, but yet you're making fun of these people going to like a Comic-Con sort of event for Star Trek. How hypocritical are you to do that? So it's like, it is a joke, but you're in on the joke because we've all have done silly things and like been obsessed with a star or a movie or a video game or a franchise. And like, so I would say it's both. It's kind of like, yes, we can all be this ridiculous, but at the same time, we're not always all like that.
No, but it showed enough of the heart, I think, and what it does, like what fandom does for friends and brings people together. So that side of things I love. Although the references are dated because this is a whole generation before now the sequel trilogy came out and all of this extended thing. And the fandom is very divided at this point. So this is a whole generation. Like, I wish we could go back to almost this time in a way. But it is, I mean, funny. It was funny. It was funny.
Darth Vader could put the entire Borg collective in a vice grip with his mind.
Darth Vader has asthma, so name me one Star Trek character with a respiratory disease, because I'm drawing a blank.
I do want to also point out that this movie really did something great by casting Kristen Bell. First of all, who I think is an ultimate geek.
Yeah.
Whether she geeks out in real life, every time she plays a geek, she just represents it so well. And this movie definitely highlights that they have, you know, geeky women who play video games, women who love all of this sci-fi stuff. Like, it's not just for men.
Yes.
And the fact that she was the toughest one out of all four of them combined just solidified, like, these girls are not to be messed with. Do not mess with the geek girls. And I just love her involvement in this, and her character was just hilarious.
And you could be beautiful.
Yeah, yes, that too. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm just glad that her character was created for this. So good.
And it does give that element of a Princess Leia type, right? Because you're mixing these boys with this one female character, and she's holding her own. And then
I'm sure that was the point. Yeah.
When Rob said this is his Star Wars movie, because they kind of do relive moments of Star Wars. Like the trash compactor scene from the first movie. The guards at Lucasfilm being dressed in these robotic outfits just because they're forced.
They even did like a slight reference to the Spaceballs outfits too, because two of them had helmets on.
Yes.
So I thought that was great too. Oh God, when they went into light speed. Oh, and you could hear R2 screaming.
Oh my God.
Because he had to like bump it to get it to turn on. Like all of that was in there. I just
right. And that van was their Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And they had the R2 on the top. And can I just say, like, we get going, we're on this adventure. Their van breaks down. Can I tell you, they go into this scene, it's like a biker thing. It's almost like, and they make the reference of the cantina, the scum and villainy kind of thing. They're going into the cantina of the first movie, right? Again, hitting points of Star Wars. You're going into this bar with all different characters.
Talk about a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
I knew the one at the bar, the gentleman at the bar, had a gleam in his eye. I said, "Ooh, this man is gay,
So
isn't he?" I didn't know he was going to be.
It was a cholo gay bar.
As soon as I saw him, I said, "He's got a gleam in his eye. He's got a sparkle in that eye." Is he? I was not expecting that they had to do a striptease. Let me get this right. Danny, I don't know how to say your last name. Forgive me. Danny T. Machete plays. Is he supposed to be a gay chief, or is he just like?
No, I don't think so. I didn't get that vibe. If anything, he was pan. If I had to choose, but I don't think anything. I think he was just there.
I love it.
You know, friends are friends, allies
I love
exist.
it.
Like they could be in there.
And just this random character. Then he ends up giving them, I'm guessing, some kind of magic mushroom thing, and they're hearing Star Wars sounds.
Yeah.
David, is this?
I said they had their own drugged Ewok moment.
So,
if
Rob,
do you know
this story about how David got drugged?
I couldn't recite the story to you, put it that way, but I want to say that you have mentioned it before. I was gonna ask if you guys have ever like done mushrooms before.
I was drugged at a long story short, you guys we did a whole thing on it, but I won't take up the time here. But I was at a
it was you.
I was at a rave and someone put a drop liquid, I guess it was acid, in my drink.
Oh,
and I was drugged, and I was making fun of people because everyone was on K at that time, and they're rocking, and I'm like laughing, and all of a sudden things are changing, and it was like a military base thing, and there was like a lot of like hanging like vines and stuff, and I for a moment was very much transported to the Ewok village. I'll just tell you that.
And he thought he was in the Ewok,
and there was a lot going on.
Amazing.
There's a whole story how I did a whole Skeletor puppet show with a skull. There's a lot. The story's there,
but can I just tell you, we've been talking about this so many years, so when I see them doing drugs and then an Ewok appearing, I wrote, David's life story has finally been told.
Yes, I was told. So my fandom has been told.
The sounds that they were using from Star Wars when they were talking, I was laughing so much with that scene. Good scene, funny scene. Do not recommend, though, drugging people without their knowledge.
For sure. I will say, though, that I, over the past few years, I'm starting to engage with more people who will yearly, if not quarterly, do mushrooms for the enlightenment and clarity of anything that they need to know. I'm not promoting it or suggesting it, but I'm saying, if you have a good trip, apparently you will see a lot of things that is deep hidden that you should know. And it really gives you a different perspective going forward. So I hear it's like really helpful. I still will not be
they medically,
they
microdose people.
The same thing as Rob. I heard it's amazing. It could be the most terrifying experience, but also, like Rob is saying, people get so much out of it.
Yeah.
If I wasn't much of a chicken, I mean, I could imagine. Although I would love to, I would love to see our charmed ones appear. That's what I want to trip at. That's what I want to see. I want to see Shannon Doherty.
That would have to be a trip because it ain't happening.
Wait, Alyssa Milano and Rose McGowan in the same room? No, this is a drug trip now.
Your friend's awake?
Cool. Can we see him?
Yes, but first we need to have a little talk. Linus tells me that you're on some sort of a road trip?
Yeah, up to San Francisco.
Well, not anymore, fellas. The only place he's going is back to Ohio.
We can't do that.
Just what's so important in San Francisco?
Star Wars.
Star Wars? Look, he is very, very sick, and he needs to go home.
So speaking of that, I love that Carrie Fisher, I love that she's the one who gives this Linus the pills. I mean, she's the doctor, but in true Carrie Fisher fashion, if you know anything about her, she was always joking about drugs and stuff. And the fact that she's the one giving the pills, I was just like, of course it was Carrie Fisher.
Take 2 of these every 3 hours.
Billy Dee Williams was another Lando Calrissian.
Let me see if I got this right. Now, you tried to outrun an officer of the law because you obtained a bag of peyote from a Mexican Indian chief who thought it would help treat your friend's terminal illness?
Yes.
I'm gonna let you boys go. Not because I believe you, because I believe your father.
My father?
Mm-hmm.
You actually spoke with my dad?
Sure did. He wanted me to give you this message.
Approach the bench.
Mm-hmm. And who gave the plans to the...
Oh! William Shatner being...
which they played up this rivalry between Lucas and Shatner as, again, Star Trek people.
Did Shatner give you these plans? No, William Shatner had no...
But you can't tell him I gave you these plans.
This is unreal. How did you score all this stuff?
Are you kidding? I'm William Shatner. I can score anything.
To transition from Star Wars to X-Men, I love that Ray Park showed up. That was brilliant.
So Ray Park, for David, he was Toad in X-Men, the movie.
He was Toad in X-Men, and then he was Darth Maul
in episode 1. And he played the security guard.
Well, the other X-Men reference was when they were about to fight the Trekkies, which I know is derogatory, so I forget the name they wanted instead. But it was right before they were about to fight, and then Hutch, the minute he gets in position, he goes, shink, shink, and then he does, come on, bub.
Stink, come on, Bob! Attack, you cowards, that's an order!
I love that, because even in the moment when you're about to, fight somebody, you're still geeking it out. There's just no way for him to do it. He has to do what... I just thought that was so good. It's so random. It wasn't needed. And he just went, let's go. It was like, that was so cool.
And to that point, the fact that they actually had battles and did pretty well, I mean, holding themselves. There was battles with various locations.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a geek, and I would like to consider myself one, who wouldn't want to live this adventure? With, again, elements of Star Wars thrown in. Fighting your rivals, quote unquote. The Trekkies. And also, Seth Rogen playing, it says three characters.
I counted 3. Yeah, I counted 3. Pretty
a Trekkie
good.
fan, a Star Wars fan who humorously gets a Jar Jar Binks and Anakin Skywalker tattoo on his back. I mean, that was hysterical. Oh, he's going to be a great character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's also a pimp, right? He's a pimp.
Yes, is he the pimp too, right?
Yeah.
He's the pimp?
Yeah, he's the pimp too.
Oh, yeah, the pimp was the Star
Yes.
Wars fan, right? Yes. With the Yoda tattoo and this tattoo. Oh, my God.
Check this out. Episode 1. Boo Schnickens, Jar Jar Binks. That guy's gonna be the shit. I tell you.
Wow.
Right? You like that? I had them do that pose. I thought it was funny.
That is awesome.
You guys are all right.
So if you were dying and you had to go sneak off so you can watch a movie before you go, what movie is it? What do we need to see before we go?
Like, is it one that's upcoming now, or can it be any movie that's...
I would say today what's upcoming. Because it's easy to pick a favorite, but like, is there anything you heard of and was like, I gotta be alive for this to happen?
I would have said Buffy New Sunnydale, but since that's not happening, Practical Magic too, but
I heard the book was great, so I'm looking forward to it. Apparently, I'm going to be more forgiving of this curse when I watch this movie, so...
Go back to our Practical Magic episode.
Yeah, I've been sending that episode to so many people this month, just being like, this is what I think. Hopefully they change some stuff up. No, honestly, I can't really think of something in this particular moment. I would say... I mean, I think my answer would be something that hasn't even come up yet, but like, I would want it to happen. If we went a little bit back in time, maybe back in 98 and you think further on, is there something that you're like, oh my God, I need to see this before?
Honestly, it probably would have been these new Star Wars movies.
Really? Okay.
Until they happened.
That's
and then I went,
brand for you.
Oh. There they go. Honestly, it would have been that Buffy show, and it would have been a Charmed reboot with our four sisters. That would have given me life. I would have lived.
I don't really know. I can't think of it. What I would say is, if I had the ability, I'll change it. If I had the ability to see something that I know will never be made, I would love to be able to see the end of a couple of things that were left on cliffhangers.
Ooh, yes, okay, yes.
Like the Dark Shadows remake there, where she finds out that he is...
Oh, well, no, because Rob might actually watch that.
He might watch Rob. No, I am going to watch it.
So there's a bunch of things that are left on cliff, like when Netflix decides, oh, it's too much money to pay these people now that they're famous, so I'll cancel this. I like Glow. So things like that, I would say if I had the power to do it. I don't know, because I don't know. I can't think of anything that I would say. Like, I don't know. I kind of like let things organically happen. Like, there's nothing that I could say. Like, I never really had a big major countdown to something. Like, I do, but then I realized that it's not going to come out for like 2 years, and I'm like, screw F it. I'm just going to let it. I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to compartmentalize it, put it away, because I know it's not coming out for 2 years. Do you know what I mean?
So really quickly, the one movie that I did do this with and had a countdown, March of 2004, when the Dawn of the Dead remake was coming out, I counted down the days, months, calendars, counted down every day, crossed off until that damn movie came out. Now, nothing gets me as excited, I wish.
Okay, I will say this, and this is going to be so real, just in comparison to episode 1. I have 2 movies. So honestly, just hearing your answers, I'm like, did I count down to stuff? And I did. And there were 2 movies I was like, I need to live. For one, this movie to be created, because I never thought in a million years it would ever be created. And then 2, just being like, it's taking forever. I want to watch this movie before I die. First one I'm going to say, Freddy vs. Jason.
Okay.
Oh,
I never thought that movie would ever get made. And the fact that we got our little hint, our joke, and then they talked about building it, and then I just was like, I need to be alive before this and I was like, I'm alive when this is coming. And I was counting down Freddy vs. Jason. I was like, I cannot wait. But to tie it into this movie, this is so real. Hocus 2 is the epitome of episode 1, because I'm going through all this crap, all this like, I need this movie, and then it's like, what if it sucks? And then I'm like, oh my God, that is Hocus 2 is my episode 1. Not to say that it sucks. It gets better with every rewatch. Can you imagine waiting that long for a sequel?
And then being
true. Like, it sucks.
That is so true.
Yeah, I was counting down Hocus 2 so much. Yeah.
Perfect, especially knowing Rob.
Yeah. I was going to be so angry if I did not live to see those 2 movies come to life. But yeah.
I love that question, by the way.
Thank you.
Just a few other, we get Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, I want to say is how you say his name.
Yes, Jason Mewes. I always forget about their cameo. It's so good.
Kevin Smith, he's had controversy since He-Man, that He-Man controversy. He used to be, it's so funny to see how these people have folded fallen in fandoms. People that were like so high up and now people are like,
Empire Records, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire.
Well, I did have a question for you. I want to know if you guys think it was a garage or a carriage house.
We'll call it the Hutch Touch. That's funny because I could have sworn that you were delivering pizza and living in your mom's garage. It's not a garage. It's a carriage house. Carriage house.
Okay. How is your carriage?
It is a garage. Because a carriage house,
It's
a
a garage.
carriage house would be separate.
Oh my god. That was hysterical.
It was separate. He had to open the door. He was yelling outside to his mom across the yard.
I want to say
is it attached? But is it attached?
No, I think it was separate.
I think it was
And I feel like if
separate.
you're a carriage house, you need to be on a
I saw
farm or
4
something.
walls.
You need to be on
Yes.
like a somewhat of a formal. Like when I think we're not in a Victorian. Yeah, he wasn't a pale Victorian lady from.
I thought it was
From
separate
the
too.
1870s or something. No, or whatever. I'm going to say this. It turned into a carriage house when he took responsibility and became a businessman. Then it became a carriage house.
It's a carriage house.
It's a garage, man.
Say it again.
It's a garage. I just said
Excuse me.
All day long.
Okay.
I think it was. I actually think it was.
A carriage house?
Yeah, I think it was because, like Rob, I think there was a separation. It wasn't attached.
To me, yeah. I mean, that's the definition. But I always was like, if it's a carriage house, I don't know. I just picture horses need to be in there. That's all.
Speaking of Victorian,
if there are no horses, then it's a garage. But yeah, that's how I kind of took it. But yeah. No, I just
maybe
thought
the
it was
horses
funny.
were around the corner.
Talk to me.
Me, where the hell are you?
I'm just finishing up at the garage here, man.
Yeah, well, shake a leg, you bastard. We're saving your place.
All right.
Also, I've never tented in a line before, but was there a movie you guys were in line for hours to go see something? Because I love the dedication. I remember Washington, Cinerama, the Harry Potter, all the other geeky stuff. Like, we were out there because we didn't have reserved seating. So we were out there by like 8, 9 o'clock at night waiting for the midnight show, and everybody came in costume. People were playing games. There was a lot of shenanigans going on in line. Like, I did that so much.
See, that's fun, though.
Back in the day.
That is fun.
It's so fun. I hate that we don't get to do that anymore because, people be showing up right before Nicole and being like, yeah, you're a fan. Show up before the previews. Those are fans.
We come to this place.
Yeah.
So, no, but I do remember just the hype of people literally camping outside these theaters.
I did wait on a long line to see it, the one of the first the new Star Wars.
Yeah, I think it was Phantom Menace, probably.
And
you were in California.
It was the ArcLight Theater. When they were having a big thing there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That was probably, but I didn't wait overnight or anything like that. So no, I don't think I really have. I'm not that, like, I feel like
you'll see.
Like, I'm one of those type of people, like, I actually would rather be, I do love the energy of people, like being around it, but at the same time, I love the intimacy of being in a theater that's not super crowded, where people are rustling their popcorn and booing things or whatever. Like, so this, I'm back and forth. I love the energy of a crowd. Like, having performed and like performed in front of people, like their energy is amazing if it's really good crowd. But then at the same time, I really don't want to hear you blowing your nose, you complaining that Princess Leia looks old or whatever nonsense, because people do ruin that for you too.
It comes with the good and bad. It does. I mean, and I think that's the thing. It's like back in the day, that's why you always wanted to go at midnight first night, because those people knew the importance of the movie and did not do any of that crap. Like, it's when you see it weeks later on a Tuesday, it's fans or people who don't give a shite and they're just going to go.
$5
Those are
Tuesday.
the phone people. Those are the real fans go and they shut up. So, but I totally get what you're saying. Going in a crowded theater comes with its, and I'm still dealing with that crap today. Like, it happens, I
gotta say, the last time I had something really annoying was a couple, like, empty movie theater decided to come to the same aisle and they brought in fish snacks.
Okay.
The whole theater smelled like fish after that. Oh. And I was just like, oh my God, in this whole open theater, fish. You choose the same aisle, this whole place is empty. Anyway, things like that. Oh, fish snack.
Can we talk about the ending of this movie? How that really, like, I cried and then I laughed.
So, the beautiful, again, campfire, we mentioned it earlier, the transition. Do we think he died at that moment?
No.
Not at that moment, but they definitely did a time jump because they had how many 6 months on the counter?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, everybody, had their chance to, Kristen and Jay were having sex all the time. Hutch got his business. Time has definitely passed, right? The brothers are getting along.
Oh, that was a shock. Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah, but I mean, we never met Linus's parents. We don't know the relationship he had with anybody outside of his friends. I'm assuming he had his own place. I mean, yeah, he was just kind of dealing with it on his own, but just with his friends. But I had a feeling like in my mind, they did not make it home. I think Linus died on the way back. That's where my head. Yeah, I don't think he died at home. But yeah,
I almost feel the same way. Like he was complete at that point. His friends were with him. He made up with Eric.
Yeah.
And
Eric, yeah.
He saw the movie. And I love that he gave no clue to them of what he saw. Did he enjoy it? He didn't say anything really. It's besides Chewie.
Yeah, that's a true fan right there. Yeah, I do love the fact that he was chosen to just watch it on his own. Nobody else got to watch it because they'll watch it later. This trip was for him. Let's remember the plot. It's for him.
He says you can watch the film.
Oh my God! We can watch the movie?
Hold it. Only you.
Because they could have all gotten so heated over the fact that they did all this and they couldn't watch it. But they immediately was like, yes, it's always been you. Go watch
Good
it. And
friends.
Yeah, great. Great
friend group and beautiful. And it gives Lucas a good little, oh, look, he did this for the downtrodden.
Yeah, so Linus is gone and they're online, which we talked about, and then they're into the theater and they're all sitting around. And the last thing that's said is, what if the movie sucks? And I laughed because of this whole summer. Sometimes these movies did suck and sometimes they were good. And the mixed bag that we've gotten from people, like they either hate them or love them. And I'm like, the fact that it went from such a sentimental thing and him viewing the movie privately, and you could see that his face is pale and then he dies. And then they're talking about him not being there with them. And then all of a sudden we're like, but what if the movie sucks? And it's like, wah, wah, but really funny, but like sad. And so that to me really just encompasses the whole movie because it's that angsty funniness and but at the same time, it's endearing and funny. And so to me, that solidified this being a really amazing movie.
Hey, you guys. What if the movie sucks?
They paid attention to the fact that we are not going to ignore the reception of episode 1. This movie could have easily been directed and written in the sense of this movie's the best thing ever. They acknowledged that this movie was not well received, and yet everyone was so excited to be watching this finally after so many years. So it's good that they were able to do a little bit of metal with that and pay attention to today versus back in 98,
And that's why I think this honestly was the perfect way to end the summer. Not only because I wanted that end cap with Rob, knowing again, this is his Star Wars film and we're doing Star Wars summer.
And having him back.
But
little wisp of Rob throughout the year.
I think this was perfect because this shows the fans, this shows the passion of fandom. And at the end of the day, at the end of this summer, these movies bring joy to so many people and they do bring people together. When fandom is great, it's great.
This would have been funny if we had did this review before episode 1.
Oh my God.
Because you guys did go in order.
Yes. Which was we switched that up too because originally we were going to go release order to be retro.
Yeah.
But I think we did the right way, especially for you in the story sequence.
Yes, Queen Amidala.
All right, Clive. Let's find out who the winner is.
So, Rob, what would you add in a time capsule?
So 2 things just popped in my head, maybe more as I discuss. The first thing that I'm going to nominate is Khan's foam head from the statue that was chopped off.
Not the penis?
When the
Not the penis. I was like, is that a huge penis on that statue?
Yeah. No, Khan's head, I would say. The other thing is the roadmap with all of their drawings on it, I think would be a nice add to when they, because it's the map that they made when they were 6 or whatever. I think that would be a good one. Also, I'm trying to think what other one would be good. It's a good question. I should have thought of these.
I think you got two good ones already. Like, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
The map. I didn't even think of the map. That's great. So.
Yeah, no, I think the map would maybe Windows R2D2. What is that thing poking me?
It's not R2D2 this time.
Yeah.
The hell are you doing, man? You poking me. Oh, God. Don't flatter yourself, okay? It's just my R2, my lucky R2. Oh, dude, you wish you had the height and girth of D2.
You can do the ham sandwich he used to go to the bathroom.
That was hysterical. Thank you so much for... That was in my notes. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That made me laugh so hard because I've never seen anyone deconstruct sandwiches to line a toilet. It was hysterical. Honestly, I love the map.
I love the map too because
I think
really,
that's perfect.
Honestly,
the map,
I love the map.
Okay.
So I
Very
think
good.
that should be officially entered into our time capsule, completing our summer. But we have Rob here, and I've been missing asking this question.
I'm surprised you guys haven't done it without me.
No,
I
this
thought
is
you guys were
you.
gonna get that on.
This is you.
This is just mine,
This is
huh?
you. So whenever Rob is here, I get to play the music. So I'm gonna put that music. But I have to ask first, Rob, do you have any recommendations for us?
Rob's recommendations.
I do have some recommendations. God, there's so many that I could say, and I'm sure a lot of these have been repeated or at least mentioned or talked about on this long-running podcast. I mean, Road Trip in itself, especially in a teen, raunchy comedy, so there's so many that you can choose from, but I'll list a couple of my favorites. Euro Trip, Road Trip, with Tom, God, what is it? Tom Green.
Yes.
We're the Millers, I think, is one of the best
We're the Millers
road trip movies ever made. But I want to include this new generation of road trip, and I want to recommend Joyride. So Joyride is not retro. This was 2023, but these are 4 women who go on a road trip to kind of I think it's kind of like a girls trip, but it is so funny. I know people have not watched this movie. I need you guys to watch Joyride 2023.
Okay.
It's amazing. This tells you the girls know how to hang. They know what they know how to have fun. It's
Joyride.
So great. And it's got some of the greatest actresses that we have today, including Stephanie Hugh from Everything All at Once. Great road trip movie. So yes, do watch Joyride. I will also say, and I think I've mentioned this before, but given the cast and sort of the writing of this movie, everybody from This Is the End is in this film. So if you liked this movie, you need to be watching This Is the End. I think that movie should be an annual watch. The movie just solidifies that entire group's chemistry and work that they have put into the movie and Hollywood industry. Like, they've done movies separately, but the fact that they all came together and did this heavy meta movie that is just brilliant from beginning to end. And again, like I said, I think half the cast was in This Is the End. So just watch it. It's such a brilliant movie, and it's hilarious. So good.
And Rihanna makes a guest appearance.
Right, Rihanna makes a guest appearance, exactly. The last one that I'll say, that if you really, really enjoyed this movie, I think on the geekdom side, with the raunchiness of it all, also the shenanigans, everything just all happening, Mallrats.
Or
anything Kevin Smith. Yeah, Mallrats or anything Kevin Smith is something that I think you will definitely enjoy if Fanboys did it for you.
Great choice.
Now, these next set of movies, or if you did not like Fanboys for whatever reason, these movies are more on the dramatic side, but still keeps the theme of what this movie accomplished. This first one, I actually bought this, and I have not watched it since I bought it, but I bought it for a reason. And when I saw this movie in theaters, it really, really got to me. There was something about it that just really spoke to me in that given moment. And I'm just so glad I still own it. This also has Seth Rogen. It's called 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt finds out that he has cancer. Seth Rogen is his best friend, and it's watching the two of them navigate this news together.
Okay.
And it's a really touching movie. I loved it. I think it was one of Seth Rogen's best, dramatic roles, at least in getting into that dramatic side of him.
Wow.
Watch 50/50. Not many people know about it, but yeah, it's pretty good. And I want to say that movie's also based on a true story. Do not quote me, but do look it up.
Gonna make me cry
and watch 50/50. It will.
It looks like it would make you cry. Yeah, it looks like
you're gonna make me cry.
Looks like it. I'm seeing the poster alone. Looks like it's.
The next movie, which is a bit retro, but also on the dramatic side, is Angus. We have to talk about Angus. Have we not seen Angus? I know you guys have seen Angus.
Wait, Angus movie.
This is a quintessential movie for our teen years.
Oh, I know this movie. Oh my god, this poster.
What year is it?
1995.
Remind me, what year is it?
1995.
1995. Yes.
Oh my god.
Have I seen this?
Yeah, it's definitely underdog. It's definitely the geeks shining bright. I
love it.
This kid wants to go out with the popular girl to the prom, and these small group of friends just going through teen life. It's very in that same boat of the touching parts of this movie, Fanboys. So like Angus, I think is a great watch. You guys should check it out.
1995, bringing it back.
The real folks will know. Watch them comment. The real folks will know what Angus is. So do watch
that.
It.
That is so
it.
funny.
And then here's an old school 1998 road trip movie. This is Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon called Overnight Delivery. Have you guys heard of this?
I've heard of this, but never seen this.
Okay. This is a fun movie. I like this. I don't remember the exact specifics, but I think Paul Rudd assumed his girlfriend was cheating. He said something so horrible over an answering machine, or he sent a mail or something overnight to the girlfriend's house, and it was going to destroy their relationship. And so he needed to race over to her house overnight and intercept the package before it destroyed his relationship. And I think Reese Witherspoon tagged along for the ride. It's a fun movie. I remember it being really good. I myself would love to rewatch this because I haven't seen it in a long time. But I came across this movie in like doing some research for recommendations, and I remember this being a really fun road trip movie. So Overnight Delivery.
And when you get Paul Rudd in something.
Yeah, especially young Paul Rudd.
Yes, he's so cute. I love Paul Rudd.
This last honorable mention I'm going to bring up is a 2024 film. This is all a road trip movie about a 93-year-old woman who got duped and scammed out of her life savings.
Oh, God.
And she's out on a mission to go get it back. This stars June Squibb. If y'all don't know that name, respect the name, look her up, start watching her stuff immediately. This movie is called Thelma. So if I'm not mistaken, she was nominated for a Golden Globe. I don't think she was nominated for an Oscar, but she was nominated for a Golden Globe. This movie has from Coulson from the MCU, I forget his name, it's Greg something, Parker Posey.
Clark Gregg, right? Clark's his name?
Yes, Clark Gregg. Yes.
Parker Posey.
Fred Hitchinger, Richard Roundtree. Like, this movie is fantastic, and June Squibb is amazing. She gets inspired by Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible.
Oh, I love it.
And so the rest of the movie is done in the theme of Mission Impossible. She's literally out there being a spy and an agent, trying to get her money with her motorcycle walker. It's such an amazing road trip movie. You guys have to watch Thelma. It is great. I want to say it's on Hulu right now. It's fantastic.
Rob, I'm telling you, comes up. He's worried that he's doing repeat movies.
No.
What? What? There ain't no repeats here. I don't see so. Never. Wow. Okay. I love these. I just took pictures of all of these. And again, like David said off camera, we mentioned to Rob earlier, but honestly, Rob's recommendations, when David goes to watch, he likes all of them.
I'm glad we have some similar tastes. I'm glad they're entertaining.
And this was a winner. I mean, again, as soon as we said Star Wars, I was like, I know.
Yeah, that's the thing is, not many people talk about this movie. And, I think me working at a video store helped with these types of titles. I don't know if I would have ever heard about this. I believe it did get a theatrical run, but maybe I would have to look that up. But ever since I saw it for the first time, I was like, this is my annual watch. I'm watching this every year. I love it. But again, like I said, there is some insensitive stuff in there that have not aged well. It was under the Weinstein Company, if that makes a difference. But outside of that, this movie is heartwarming. It's touching. I love friendship movies. I love the friendship stuff.
California, the wizard, right? California.
I almost said that movie today, but I was like, nope. We've talked about it. We reviewed it. People know about that movie. I don't need to say it again.
But go back and watch our review about that, Radical Ones.
Yes.
Okay, Radical Ones. That is the end of the summer. I can't believe it. Follow us on our Instagram, David's Instagram, Universal Appeal.
If anybody dies, you'll know about it from me.
Oh, God.
I'm like
please.
the obituary, I swear. I don't know why, but because I like these people.
And Rob, can we still find you at Rob the Movie Geek on Instagram, one word?
Oh, God. I have not posted on that thing in so long. I don't keep much of a social media presence lately, but I'm working on some things. Hopefully you'll see me and my name in other venues and other sort of, other categories outside of social media. I'm still working on some stuff. Slowly but surely, it's going to come out one day. I just want to say congratulations on a successful summer. Star Wars is a huge franchise. I can't believe you guys did it. And Radical Ones, here's an exclusive. You've heard it here first. Next summer theme is
Star Trek.
No, I'm totally kidding. I was like, they didn't pick their summer theme yet. No, I was wondering if you guys were.
David looked like he was gone. He liked Star Trek so much he looked like he was about to pass out when I said Star Trek.
No,
next year's theme is
I'm sure
Crazy
you guys
in
will
Love.
Think of something great.
Crazy in Love. Okay. Hey, you know, I always want to return to the living dead.
No, Star Trek.
Thank God. So Radical Ones, and of course, whatever Rob is up to. If we'll find out, he will spread the news.
I thought we were having a good time.
Oh my God,
no.
Obsession, available on Peacock.
I will keep you guys updated on future endeavors. Something's gonna come up. I'll let you guys know.
We're always trying to entice our Rob back for episodes.
Don't we have a mannequin movie to do?
Yeah, we still have to do other mannequin movies. Like
Tyra's waiting for you.
So there,
Tyra.
You know the ones we got to do. What have we been talking about? We got to I'll come back for Curly Sue. We still have not done Curly Sue yet.
Yeah. I actually have a list. I have a list of movies that still I know these are Rob movies. I still have a whole list. It's abundant. There's abundance. So Radical Ones, thank you so much for joining us all summer long. If you are listening for the first time, please let us know. This is your chance. We have gone through Star Wars extravaganza. I mean, we didn't cover the TV shows and things like that, but we covered majority. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review on Apple. We are in desperate need of reviews still.
Follow us.
Like, comment, all those wonderful things. Thank you again for always being here, commenting, liking, sharing. Thank you to Rob for being here with us for our season finale.
Thanks for having me back.
Anytime.
Together
our dear Rob, the movie geek. So I guess for the final time, stay radical and may
the Force be with you.
Bye.
Live long and prosper.
No. Oh, God.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Bye.
Threw that in there for you, Trekkies.
Radical Ryan, he's ready to roll.